What's up, you guys? This is Adam Gillespie with Rancid and Sweaty Calves coming at you with yet another video. And this one's going to be a little bit personal for me because this is actually the first page of my comic. Yes, that's true. I did originally do this first page in another program called Krita. I wish I had the compare and contrast, but all I have is these other couple of things right here that I did. So this right here was done in Clip Studio Paint. I liked the way that it looked in Krita, but I didn't like it enough, so I decided I was going to buckle down and purchase the Clip Studio Paint Pro program. And boy, did it pay off, because this came out way more crisp with way better looks than anything did in Krita. And you can make Krita work. It's a great program for people who are just starting out, who really want something free and affordable, because Krita is a free software that works great on most programs, most hardware. However, I just liked the idea of actually getting some nice, good, crisp lines from my artwork, and I did that in Clip Studio Paint. Clip Studio Paint was a very, very effective program that worked really, really well. As you can see, it looks pretty interesting to me. If you zoom in here, you can see that the first few lines of dialogue is first steps. The most important part of any journey. To see where and how exactly everything all begins is a truly wonderful thing. And this is the story of the world's greatest heroes' first steps. I like that idea, and as you can see, there's a lot more detail in here than you might initially think of. You got the eyes. It's got this little sparkle right here, kind of like a light reflecting off of it. You got these hairs kind of moving around. You got a lot of this cross hatching and texture detail going up and down the arms. Yeah, there's a lot more detail in this than I think a lot of people would probably notice right off the bat. I did take about 3 days to learn the program so that I could actually make this work, and I think it paid off. I think it looks really good for me, for not being a professional artist. I'm not a professional artist, but this looks, I would dare say, it looks like it could actually be in a full-on mainstream comic. And I love the fact that it looks like this. I love the fact that the arm has that much detail on it. And I can't wait to see where I take the rest of this comic with the panels and the paging and whatnot through Clip Studio Paint. I have been working on the sketch work for the entirety of the comic for a long time now. I'm finishing up the third part of the full first book of the Invincilad comic. So once I get done with that, I'll have 4 and 5 to go on with. But 4 and 5 will be a lot quicker because I don't necessarily need to worry about coming up with interesting panelization ideas for that, because I already have a very clear understanding of where that's going. Whereas with issues 2 and 3, and even issue 1, there were some major deviations that originally weren't supposed to be in that initial comic, but because of those deviations, I had to kind of take a step back and rework the story a little bit, which I think is a good thing, because now I finally have this artwork here, and I'm very happy with it. And I also think that the story is going to pay off very well as I go through and make the first, second, third issues digital as I move into finishing this comic. But I am very close. I would like to finish sketching out the entirety of issue 3 by the end of November, and hopefully get through issues 4 and 5 within a similar time period, maybe a month each time, and then work on the digitalization process, which will be nice and quick, nice and easy, nice and effective, because all I'm doing is I'm taking those sketch works and I'm digitizing them to make them look way better than they would if I did it on paper. So yeah, this is the first page of my comic. It's called Invincilad. It's going to be Invincilad #1, and it's going to be starring a character called Jared Ivan. There's going to be sub-characters, side characters, sub-characters, companion characters. Some of them are going to be called Noah Ivan, which is Jared's adoptive father, Evelyn Ivan, which is Jared's adoptive father, Zoe Inquiry, which is one of Jared's friends, Jason Charles, which is one of Jared's friends, Jacob Maverick, which is kind of a pseudo sidelined antagonistic frenemy kind of character to Jared. Then you have Susan Escovez, which is kind of just like a former story in the making that I can work on later on down the line. You've got Scarlet Webb. You've got Philip Polar, who goes by Phil in the comic, but also he's the main physically antagonistic force in this comic. and there's some groundwork that is really heavily laid for the upcoming stories, for the universe that I'm creating with this. This first page, I feel, gives a lot to what the story is going to be. It tells you that there's this whole universe that this first page introduces to you, and obviously we're going to get to see from the start what that universe is and how it works and how it all came together and why it is that this character in Vincelad is called the world's greatest hero. And I can't wait to bring it to you guys. I really can. It's going to be so cool. I cannot wait for this to come to you guys. I cannot wait to finally finish my comic and actually get this put out there for you. I appreciate every single one of you who views this video, every single one of you who's subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment down below your thoughts or suggestions on how it is I can improve the comic that I'm working on, the artwork that I have, and also make sure to share this video out there with your friends if you want to tell people about alternative media sources that are on the rise, because the mainstream media sources are deliberately failing their fan bases as of right now, and it truly is heartbreaking. And also make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss a single video that I upload. I also leave links to my Patreon and Rumble in the description below, so click the link to those if you want to follow me there or support me on Patreon. I appreciate you guys so much. I hope you have a great day and a great rest of the week.